Ladies and gentlemen, we are headed down south to the great state of Arkansas for some Rocket League action. Welcome to the PlayVS broadcast. I am your host, Skins, joined alongside my man Swaces all the way from across the pond.
Oh, yes, that pond may be quite large, but I can tell you something, the gap between these two teams is not very large whatsoever, Skids. What a pleasure it is to be here with yourself. And we see on our screen straight away the two teams that have matched up to be in the grand final of this Arkansas State Championship. Washed RL versus the Hornets, who we've done a bit of research about, and they are very closely matched. Two C3s and a GC2 for both sides, which makes things very nice and close.
This is going to be a battle for the Arkansas Activities Association Championship, the AAAs, between the number 1 seed Wash RL and the number 10 seed Bryant High School Hornets, who these teams actually matched up earlier in the regular season. Most of their regular season actions were clean 3-0, 4-0 sweeps, but the one time these two teams played, Wash RL came out on top in a 3-2 best-of-5 series.
It's going to be very, very close when we do watch on what these teams are capable of, especially knowing the level of play that we have in front of us. They really are going to be in a huge battle versus one another. I mean, what a lovely way that is to say, the play versus and these two teams versus each other. So it'll be very, very interesting on everything that will be going on. But as we do see, we are a little bit into the match, and straight away a lead has gone to the side of the Hornets.
Yeah, Wash RL on the left in the white, and the Bryant High School Hornets already nailing through that kickoff goal, taking that 1-0 advantage just 25 seconds into the game, and they are already on the attack.
It's looking nice and offensive for this team. The Hornets straight away, Kirby looking for Charles Gamer, nearly getting a shot off the follow-up as well from Lil Monk. Isn't quite powerful enough, but now a chance to counter-attack. Long one from K, stopped by Gamer right at the last second. Again, we saw that last-ditch dive was enough to just divert the ball away to safety, but for how long here, Skids?
They are already bringing it up. We got K across the middle, and Child's Gamer trying to get this clear here, but Monk in the goal. Great way to get that out before getting bumped. And now Kirby attempting the clear, goes for the full boost. He's got two players back and across the center. That is a dangerous play, and Washed RL with a missed opportunity.
It's looking like these squads so far are very closely matched to one another, just as we had predicted. Talking about predictions as well, I want to get your Skids. How do you see the series going?
I mean, when these guys made it to the last game, the only time they've played in this season, the only teams not to get swept, essentially, I'm expecting this one to go all the way to 7, as we do see a demo there by K and Kirby playing it off the backboard. But in 7, I'm going to lean towards the 1 seed. I'm going to play this one safe to give Washed RL a Game 7 victory.
Wow, okay, well, unfortunately, due to the strong start of the Hornets, I'm going to send it over to them as Charles Gamer sends it in right for 2-0.
Oh, I jinxed it. I picked Washed RL, and these guys must have comms on us or something. They say, yo, Skids, take this. I'm going to punch another one through, and Bryant High School taking a 2-0 early lead 2 minutes into map number 1.
They don't seem to be struggling against that number 1 seed. They saw it and knew that they were the underdogs from the very beginning. And that gives you the mental boost, doesn't it? You're not expected to win. You're not expected to really take the game to your opposition. But as soon as you do, the confidence boost is incredible. You feel a rush of emotions go right through your body as Kirby makes it even more powerful.
Kirby punching through another one, and Child's Gamer has just been playing the assists and the goals. I think he's on every point so far, so he's got 3 on the day. And the Bryant High School Hornets, I mean, you're in the state championships, you got the nerves, but you get that kickoff goal, and that just breaks the door wide open. So now Washed RL needing to get something going here, might have a little bit of nerves, but we've seen them on the attack here. Can they get it past the great goaltending of Kirby? Not yet, as it does get centered, and they're dropping back. Here comes the counterattack, punching through, but Cutthroat getting back quick enough on the save.
Ooh.
And K in center position. Is he going to punch it in? No. 2 players go off the backboard. Are they going to get a follow-through? They do not, and Monk clearing it.
Oh, they nearly got the counterattack as well. Maybe they do. Oh! Child's Gamer right at the top 90.
Man, that was brilliantly executed. The patience from the Hornets, able to punch that through on the rebound. The problem there for Wash was they sent 2 up for the ball on the shot, and they didn't have anyone for the rebound. So you got to be disciplined and stay back if you want to win this. And the Hornets are just off to a fiery start.
They are really getting themselves flying early on in the series. WashRL really going to have to fight back because it is a long road ahead of them. And it is one where they can catch up to the Hornets if they put the effort in. Really hope that their coach is able to make the difference in this team. Give a bit of a tactical advantage to the WashRL side. Oh my word, Kay, that was nearly a disgusting double tap. But look who stood in his way. It was none other than Childs Gamer.
Absolutely flossing so far on both ends of the court is Childs Gamer as Kirby with the shot, but saved by Kay. Can they put an attack here? Cutthroat dropping for the full boost. Almost had it, but lost the 50s at midfield. And there is the shot by Dibben, and that's the first goal going in for WashRL.
Finally get themselves on the board, but it seemed to be complete disarray in the backline of the Hornets. Nobody was in home to stop the door being broken down, and the other team just diving straight on through as WashRL. This could be the beginning of the reckoning of the Hornets, unless the Hornets are able to recuperate themselves after getting a first goal against them, but also it could kickstart a huge comeback for WashRL.
The Hornets up by 3 now, just over a minute remaining in this ball game. Cutthroat with the clear. You gotta go now if you want to come back from a 3-score advantage, and that might do it. It's off the left post. Kirby with the save. Kirby bumps it up with the follow through, and there it is. Dibben with the rebound, and almost a phenomenal effort there from Kirby.
It was a great initial save, but Dibben was the fastest to react off that save. Got himself up in the sky and punted that ball right down into the back of that net to bring his team a little bit closer to tying up the game. That's all they need to aim for right now. Don't worry about trying to go for the victory or just grinding away at this team. Look for the goals, search for the chances, and as soon as you get them, make sure you put them in the back of the net.
You gotta try and find the Hornets overextended as both of their goals came on those type of plays. And now Hornets got to find the mixture, burning out the clock and putting in the shot, and Cutthroat play at that right post brilliantly, eliminating any sort of open space. And now 25 seconds left. Can Dibben get an attack here? Kay dropping back for the boost, does not get any of it there as Cutthroat takes the full 100. Can Kay just sit back in the goal for a little bit? Dibben on the demo. You gotta go now. 13. Make that 10 seconds left. Dibben off the corner with the center. No one is there. And that is a running out of time. It may be too little too late. 1 second left and the clock's gonna hit triple zeros on this ball game. The Hornets of Bryant High School are gonna take game number 1.
It was good for the majority of the first half, but as we went into the second stage of that first, when WashRL started to come alive, they really came out their cage and started to send a few swings in the direction of the Hornets, which is what I like to see. They don't seem to get distracted when they have a lot of goals put against them. They keep themselves going, they keep attacking the opposition, they don't just give up and let themselves be walked all over. They still show that element of surprise to their opposition.
Yeah, they lost some momentum early when they're going down by 4 goals, but being able to put 2 through the net is, if anything, a confidence booster, right? It shows that you can get yourself on the board. You gotta be able to punish Bryant High School Hornets for their mistake as we are loaded up in game number 2. The Hornets taking the first one by a score of 4-2 and already pushing in. Can Kirby come up off of the cross? No center, but we're not, no kickoff goal again this time.
Kirby seems to be someone who likes to rotate all the way back into their own half. But as soon as they do that, they leave themselves wide open at the back. If they commit a bit too far forward, maybe their teammates are too used to this style from Kirby being really defensive. And as soon as they push up, they just expect Kirby to sit on back and allow everybody else to get in the face of the opposition. And because of that unexpectancy of Kirby getting forward, they leave themselves with a lot of space in behind them, which is vital for the opposition to try and take advantage with their counterattacks.
There's the first demo of the game here from Dibben, taking out the star of game number 1, Child's Gamer, already back here on the respawn. We saw Child's Gamer essentially on every goal in one way or another as a dangerous center there coming in, but Washed RL unable to capitalize.
Washed RL needing something early on here. They can get the first goal in this second match. Momentum could start to sway in their favor as that pass into the midfield would have been deadly for the high school. For the Hornets, as that shot again from Lil Monk. Had a bit of power behind it, but not enough to really make the defense struggle. And again in this corner, Cutthroat and Dibben scrambling to just try and get it downfield, but Shrimp is the one able to shut things down. Kermit for the side of Washed RL, but still the scoreline only finds us at 0-0.
Am I crazy here, or did we is Shrimp a new player on this roster? Maybe a sub or maybe a name change here from Kyle, or from K rather, but looks like Washed RL does have Shrimp out here for this matchup with 3 minutes left. Ooh. A little bit different. First goal coming in here from Child's Gamer. Talked about him just a minute ago, and punching through the first goal of the game for Bryant High School.
Has been the main star of this team. But that all came from a huge misplay from Shrimp on their own defensive half, right by their own net as well, which is the perfect spot to not make a mistake and actually get a very good clear if you're able to go and get one. But Shrimp wasn't able to produce such a wonderful thing for his side. Oh, Lil Monk, what a pass, but Kirby misflipping all over the place. That's a bit of panic. Now there's a chance for a counter-attack for Child's Gamer. Look where he is once again, doing some good work for his squad.
The Hornets up by 1, trying to hold on to this lead halfway through match number 2. Can Washed RL get anything going? Shrimp there on the demo, but Child's Gamer with the trade, so no advantage going to be taken out. Can Child's Gamer get the attack going? He tried the aerial, did not get it. Shrimp winning that full boost. He's got an open net here if he can carry it past Child's Gamer, but coming in with a great save, almost putting through the net for Washed RL.
It's looking like these two teams are starting to find each other a little bit more with their passes. They're changing up from being almost a very solo style of play to utilizing where your teammates are going to be placed on the pitch. The communications, though, are so important for that to be working, as if you get a call, oh, I'm over to the left, and all of a sudden the teammate finds that you're actually really far forward to the left, then they're not going to put the pass in the right place. And that is something which right now I'd say Washed RL are getting the better of. At the moment, the Hornets actually getting a really big chance there. Are more sort of hitting and hoping, but as long as it's working, I don't think they're going to care at all if it goes in. Oh my God.
This is scary here, and Washed RL finally getting punished. Enough shots coming down from the Hornets, and it's bound to go in. You can only stop so many of them. Shrimp getting the touch there, but Lil Monk using the crossbar as his friend. Gonna put the Hornets up 2-0, a minute and a half left in the second.
2-0. Now making it 3-0. Okay. All right, I was just saying about the 2-0 scoreline, and straight away it switched up in a heartbeat. Kirby with the long one straight down Route 1. Just extends it a bit more, and Washed RL really not looking too good.
Hornets are punishing quick and often. It took them a little bit to get going, but these 3 have come back to back to back as Little Monk trying to make it a 4th, and he puts it up into the top right corner from way downtown. Counted as 2 almost. He's got that long range shot.
Oh, that's not nice for Dibben to see. He's stretched with every little bit of him, but still couldn't quite get himself far enough to claw that ball out of the goal. And once again, we are seeing the Hornets take over the field. They are making sure that they are in command. The captain of this pitch commanding everything that is going on. It's almost like they're reading the minds of Washed RL and then taking control of the minds too. As look at this, there's nobody back. They put a simple shot in, but Cutthroat this time will take it away.
Okay. We've seen Washed RL overextend a few times and getting punished for it right there as Kirby with the rebound. Almost every one of these shots, I think 3 out of the 4 have been just off the boards, and Washed RL getting overextended, leaving that net just open enough, and Kirby with the punisher. I mean, I said Washed RL might win this one in 7, but right now the Hornets are looking so stinking good, putting up 5-0 in game 2.
It's looking fantastic for them, isn't it? I'd say the main player that Washed RL need to look out for is Childs Gamer. A real catalyst for this team, making sure that he is involved in almost every single goal, I believe, across the series so far. Out of the 9 goals that have been scored for the Hornets, he's been involved in 8 of them. Okay, make that 8 out of 10 now, because they've just managed to score their 6th of this game. He's still a very good player, but Kirby, he's started to step up big time.
This is all, I mean, this game itself is out of hand. We can essentially call this one a 2-0 series with 17 seconds left. But the series is maybe getting a little bit out of hand for Washed RL. I mean, obviously, you're only down 2 games. You got plenty of time to come back. But a 6-0 deficit in game 2, what are you going to do to mentally reset here?
It's almost, you've got to just tell yourself, look, all right, we still have a chance to bring it back because it's a best of 7. If it was a best of 5, they would be looking at a reverse sweep right now, which isn't a nice thing to have on your mind, but because they have that extra bit of cushioning behind them, and that almost leniency with having the extra game that is needed to be won by your opposition, it also gives them a bigger chance to come on back. But also, you need more games to get the win overall yourself. So it's all back and forth for what Washed RL are going to have to try and feel at the moment. But 6-0 as well, it's a tough mountain to climb.
That 6-0 is looking pretty scary, but the promising factor for them, it doesn't matter what the goal differential in the series is, right? You're not going to win based off of the cumulative goal differential. You just got to win more games than the other team here, and so you got to pick up 4 of these next 5 or 6 here. My math's just way off. 4 out of the next 6. And we're going to be fine. But it's all going to start with this match number 3. And Washed RL needing to get on the board in the series, but also just trying to get on the scoreboard in this one. And K back in the game, subbing back out for Shrimp as Dibbins hitting the sandbox. Cannot bring that one down quite enough as the stop comes in from Childs Gamer.
Seeing these switch-ups being made constantly by Washed RL, which I don't know if this is the right move to make. Reason being, although the team did lose in that first match, it's almost a warm-up series, isn't it? All right, you've just got to get yourself onto the ball. You've got to make sure your mechanics are looking smooth, that everybody is starting to play to the style that you are hoping everybody does. And one game isn't always enough for that, because look at this, switching things up. People can cool down, they can cool off and not play at their very best. When they're consistently going again and again and again, that's when their true potential is shown and when you can really start to get going, because look at this side of Hornets. They've been running the same team the whole game long, and it's taking its toll.
A prime example of consistency paying off here. The Childs Gamer to Kirby connection, rocking in that 69-mile-an-hour fastball straight down the middle. 4 minutes left, just 1 minute into this matchup, and the Hornets are already on top.
Doesn't take too much for them either, when they've needed to make sure that they are playing at the vital, pivotal point. Oh, Kirby! Right on the line, clutching it up for his squad, holding on to that lead.
No shot, that one did not go through. Rocket League's a game of inches, everyone says that, but that just goes to show 80% of the ball over the line, but that's not enough as Kirby now taking it up the sideline. No boost to his name, but is he going to get the center here? K and Dibbin hitting each other, a miscommunication, almost getting punished, but just outside of the left post. And now K with the clear. Not going to call it a counterattack because we do have 2 defenders back. And that's one thing I've noticed from the Hornets is they're playing this offensive strike, but still have the defensive discipline as another shot almost comes in from Monk.
Kirby may not be the player that has been shining the whole game along, but they have done some fantastic business on either end of the pitch. That save was stunning. I did not expect that to come on through. I was imagining that goal was going to set things to be at 1-1, but instead we're going to see it right down the other end, and it be 2-0.
Kirby on the assist here, counting for both points as Monk getting on the scoreboard. Just a couple of misses there. K was in position, just mistimed the ball, mistimed the jump. And that is going to be the second goal here for the Hornets. 2:48 left in game 3. And Wash RL without a goal with the previous, I think it's like 7 or 8 minutes of game action.
Yeah, it's massive. It's huge, isn't it? I think it might even be more than 8 minutes. I think we're looking towards about 10 because they only scored, I think, in only up to the last 2 minutes of game 1. And now we find ourselves in game 3, where they didn't score in the whole of the last 5. Now they're 3 minutes into this one, still without another. Oh, what a pass that is from Lil Monk. You know what this side of Hornets are looking to try and do on every attack, which is get that ball into the middle in front of the goal. But when K is in front of it too, you can be assured that they will smash it in.
K with a beautiful dribbling here, getting the first touch and then bringing it just off to the left. Child's Gamer getting his ankles broken. K putting Wash RL back on the scoreboard. And the player who sat out game number 2, putting the first one in for Washed RL.
Well, hopefully those axles can be welded back together, otherwise that car's going to be looking a little bit broken for quite a while. I'm sure K's roof will be smashed to pieces after that double save. Somehow, 2 rocket shots denied on the line.
Monk with another shot to come through. And again, the Hornets just with the attacking, the suffocating offense here. Shot after shot. Washed has to find a way to get the clear here as 2 players come up, and K with the epic save we've seen on both ends of the floor. Kirby already back on the offensive attacking, and Kirby with the demo. That's going to open up the goal here. Can Monk get the crossover? The punch in here from Gamer, but Dimmon across for the save.
So close. Now the Hornets are a little bit worried. Seeing that goal go on in from the side of Washed RL has just ignited something. They have nitrous oxide running through their engines now. Seem to be that little bit quicker on attack, but that's the big mistake. Right to the middle, Cutthroat is there, pops it high. Case chance now, double tap is available, but he can't quite reach far enough.
1 minute remaining in this matchup. Washed RL 1, the Hornets 2, but the Hornets are winning the shot battle right now. Wash has to try and make something happen here. Can Dibbin get the first touch? No, Kirby does, and the boost, but K keeping it alive in this attacking front. But Monk sneaks it past, and K wiggles it right past Monk yet again to punch in his second, and the tie in game number 3.
How did he squeeze that one in? He must have got out the protractor, found exactly what degrees he was looking for, and put the ball dead straight on that line to bring Washed RL back in contention. But that's a mistake early on, right after the kickoff. Charles Gamer to the middle. Cabby is there, pops it high to the backboard, taken away by K. That attack is taken off only just for a second.
Running out of time here in regulation. We might see our first overtime of the day, but Childs Gamer doesn't want that to happen. He's dropping it down. Can Kirby get it knocked out? No, that leaves K on the swipe. Childs Gamer dropping back. Who's going to win their ones here? K bringing it into the corner, dropping it down. 7, 6 seconds left. Monk on the stop, and that's a goal! Dimmon on the last second shot, leaving 4 left on the board. 3 unanswered for Wash RL.
Oh no, Kirby! You've been so good at the back, being the last stand for your team every time, has produced wonder saves out of nowhere. Can one more chance be the time where they get the goal that is needed? I don't think it's going to be enough. That ball still kept high and alive as Dibbon pinches it towards that goal of the Hornets. The ball does drop to the ground. Washed RL with a brilliant comeback.
Washed RL picking up their first win of the series, now only down 1 game. And hey, if I'm the coach, you're keeping K in that roster.
Yes.
You're not taking him out for shrimp on this one. Man scored 2 goals and assisted the last one. Both of his goals were just absolutely flossy, sneaking right past 1 or 2 defenders.
It's insane. Just look at the shot count between these two teams. The Hornets doubled what Washed RL produced. 50% shooting percentage coming out of Washed RL, which shows that it's all about finishing the job, getting the goals in rather than just punting shots at the net. If you get shots off, great, that's a good thing, but they can't just be thrown at the goal. They need to be done with precision. They need to be done with power. They must be accurate enough, and that's what the Hornets struggled with. Washed RL completed that perfectly. As we go into game number 4, Washed RL are going to be feeling themselves right on.
Washed RL showing that it's quality over quantity when it comes to shots here in Rocket League, winning that matchup 3-2 and hoping to come back in this series. Can they tie it up with game number 4 is underway, and Kirby already winning that tip.
Would be a wonderful thing for them if they can win this game 4, because if they do go on and lose it, we will see the Hornets getting themselves onto tournament point. The championship of Arkansas is where they can see themselves. Kirby nearly redirecting that one to be on target, and I guarantee you that would have been coming on through with a set of power which we would have not been able to see before in this matchup so far. But Skids, I want to get your opinion on where this is going to go now. We've seen that Washed RL, no matter how difficult this challenge is ahead of them, they're able to bring it back when K is on the team.
Yeah, K is just the powerhouse, and we've seen him coming out of the left corner. This is the danger zone, and that's exactly what happens as Divin punching it through. When you get K in that back left corner, I'm putting a 90% bet that it's going to go in the net as Divin punches it in.
It is just a guaranteed goal, isn't it? Whenever K is near that ball, magic is about to take place on the field. He's like Penn and Teller when he's near that ball. Somehow, out of nowhere, he will manipulate your mind, manipulate that ball to do exactly what he asked it to do. And every single time, a goal will be scored for his team.
We talk about the sweet spot in basketball where you give it to the shooter and he's going to knock it in every time. That is K on the left-hand side. Great save there from Monk. But I'm looking to see if Childs Gamer or Kirby can answer the call here as K coming in with another one and Kirby on the epic save. But the shots are coming in from Washed RL and the Hornets need someone to step up big. Is it going to be Kirby? Is it going to be Childs Gamer, or will Lil Monk step up and answer the call?
Earlier on, I believe Childs Gamer was the player to look out for, but they seem to have quietened down a little bit, whether that is due to Washed RL actually managing to find a way to deal with them and shut them out of the play. Could give them the tactical advantage to see Childs Gamer there just going straight up for the ball, but also just straight up whipping it. That's not what you want to be seeing in the grand final. The pressure's already high enough. Don't make it any more difficult for yourself.
Cutthroat trying to get the shot there, gets rejected halfway through game number 4, and Washed RL up 1-0 here. K keeping it alive for Dibin. That's been a lethal combo so far. And the Hornets without a goal for what seems to be the longest period, the longest stretch of time of this series. Can they punch one through here? Great save there from Kirby, utilizing the post to his advantage. Dibin flying in, unable to get the shot. And Sway says, I think one of the biggest adjustments that we've seen from Washed RL is they're not overextending as much. You still have a player right there, Dibin, who comes back on that defensive stop. In the first 2 games, they were just playing super aggressive and leaving the goal a little bit too open.
Well, that's something that the Hornets thrive off, because they're so quick on that counter-attack and deadly too, with some ridiculous pace on the ball, which then as soon as that player isn't there for them to be able to recover on, it just is an absolute shambles in their backline. But they seem to have done that very well, and in the way that they've done it is exactly what you were talking about, Skids. They are playing it safe. They're making sure that safety net is there in front of their goal just to stop a few shots before it really starts to get tantalizing for them.
1.5 minutes left. The Hornets need to make something happen here. We do see a demo come through that may allow them to get the ball out of their defending half, and that's what's going on. Monk trying to bring it up, but K on the stop on that 50. Dibin losing that 50 right there, but no pressure yet as Kirby coming in with the snipe. Can they get the rebound? Dibin chipping it up, changing that trajectory just enough as Monk drops it in the middle. Who's going to get there first? K misses, but off of the left post. Childs Gamer cannot punish.
It's getting close. It's getting really close. It's starting to realize what is about to happen to them. 2-0 up, and all of it just thrown away right in front of them. All done by that player K. He has been an absolute monster as soon as he has tucked to the field. That first match didn't go too well, but as soon as he was reintroduced and saw what happened with Shrimp on the side, he made the change. He made it work. Everything just seemed to click when he arrived, and now he is here to really start messing up the Hornets.
Demo coming through from Kirby. 30 seconds remaining in this matchup. Are the Hornets going to be able to tie it up, or is Washed RL going to hold on? The ball coming across the center. That is dangerous. The clear coming out, and they're looking like Monk's going to take it up the left side line with K. Right there, Monk in the center. Nobody's there to punch it through. A great center play from Monk, and Kirby is out of position, putting the shot in there, but that's too late. 7 seconds left. They need to get one more chance. The clock is gonna hit zeros, and you gotta keep this up in the air if you're going to stay alive. Childs Gamer with the chip, but Cutthroat letting it drop, then Washed RL tying up the series 2-2 with a shutout performance in game number 4.
Oh no. Oh no, it's happening. I think we are now seeing what the real Washed RL looks like, and they're not very washed. Guess what? They are firing on all cylinders, 1,000 horsepower in each of their cars. Well, all they've done is just steal away the turbos that were originally on the side of the Hornets, poked a few holes, there's no pressure left, and now they need to try and recuperate and find some sort of supercharger for themselves.
Washed RL showing us why this was the closest series of either of their seasons. Again, these teams met once in the regular season, handing the Hornets their only loss at a 3-2 series drop, and Washed RL with their closest series of the entire season, and it's going to be the same thing here. I called 7 games Washed RL at the start of the show. I'm sticking with it even after this comeback, and K already putting a shot in. But Swaces, how do you think these next couple of games are going to go?
I couldn't tell you. I really could not tell you, Skids, just because it's all so unpredictable. With Lil Monk kicking off this Game 5 like that, this could swing the favor massively to the Hornets.
That's what they needed for 5 minutes in game number 4, but it only took them 20 seconds to punch one in this match 5. Hornets up by 1, 16 seconds into game number 5. And this is the first lead that they've seen in a while. They play better from ahead than from behind.
So now, Washed RL need to try and find that form again, and Cutthroat gets themselves involved with a goal, and it was obviously assisted by none other than K.
I mean, would you expect anything else? You think K's going to let the ball go through the net without touching it? No, sirree. This striker is out playing the opponents, and right now tied up 1-1, 30 seconds in, essentially back at zeros. Childs Gamer been pretty quiet since that first match when he's punched all of them through, but there's the shot and the save from Cutthroat, looking to see if Childs Gamer can get some momentum here. The demo coming through, but Cutthroat on the save.
In the corner, Childs Gamer wanting to take it across the field. Childs Gamer actually changing up what their playstyle was originally, starting to get their teammates a little more involved in what was starting in this series. I'd like to see a few more solo plays coming out of them, just because they are a threat. They can take on 1 or 2 at any given time and take them right out the play. Look at that, Childs Gamer into Lil Monk, who taps it over the last man for a second.
Monk with 2 goals so far. The Hornets up 2-1. Great touch there from Monk. They don't have to bring it into the net every single time. They can play those snipes. They can play the lofts, and that worked for them that time as the Hornets now up by 1. 3:45 left in the game. Last time the Hornets scored, Washed RL answered within 20 seconds, and they almost did again there.
Scary thing to know, that's what the statistics are against the Hornets. As soon as they score a goal, they might get a little bit too far ahead of themselves. K, good, that's an easy shot for him, but he made it look so difficult. But that's another one from Cutthroat Kirby, an awkward angle jumping up at it. Dibbon flying on in, and the ball flies on into the net. What a shot that is!
The crossbar was almost a fourth defender there, but Devin putting it right where he needed to, and the ball snaking just across the goal at a measly 24 miles an hour. That's almost as fast as I can run. But the Hornets and Wash RL now tied up at 2 with 2 minutes gone in this mashup. The demos are coming through a lot more in this game than they have in the past 4.
The aggressiveness is starting to come alive. It's a new tactic. Now, once again, these teams are taking to home. Now they've got to find another way round what it is that they are witnessing on the pitch. It was a very good system for the Hornets to open up the space for themselves, but now they seem to have tried something new. That's a lovely pass into Lil Monk, who was a bit greedy, taking the shot on there. Had a chance to play the 1-2 with Gamer's Child. Now Lil Monk into the corner. Charles Gamer again into the centre for Kirby. Kirby reaching out, can't get the touch. That's a bad touch from Charles Gamer, though, right to the opposition. What a chance to take it downfield quickly, but they couldn't see the chance in front of them. But maybe cut through Kirby! Another ridiculous save!
Kirby is unstoppable back there in the goal. 2 minutes left in the 5th, all tied up here. The Hornets trying to get a pressure here, but K been a little bit more quiet this game. I mean, he's been a part of both of the goals, but we haven't seen a whole lot of him compared to that previous match. And Dibben off the backboard. Are they going to punch it in? No. K gets bumped out of the way. Now a couple seconds ticking off the clock here. Hornets want to take the advantage here, but so does Wash. Can they string together 3 matches in a row? K's going to try and bring it up, but that's going to be Monk with the stop, and Childs Gamer, can he get the ball out of here?
Once again, we're seeing these ridiculous attacks coming in from Washed RL. That shot from Dibben was looking dangerous, but not quite dangerous enough. Charles Gamer giving the ball away, maybe giving a goal away. Lil Monk is the man, the legend of the second. Kirby now flying in to take on Dibbons, but that's a shot again from Charles Gamer as K comes in right at the last gasp, and K again down the other end. Can they get the shot off? No, they can't, but Dibben can. 3-2.
Wash RL persistence is key. A couple shots getting blocked, but they're able to punch it through. And K to Dibben, this particular connection, we've seen it plenty of times, and yet again for Wash RL. 1 goal advantage. Can the Hornets come back and steal this game 5 away with 50 seconds left?
Only time will tell. Charles Gamer wants to get something going. Close shot as well, saved by Dibben, the hero of the hour for Washed RL. As K takes it down to the other end. Zero boost, still gets the dunk on Charles Gamer. That ball setting itself in the center. The bounce wasn't really in favor of Washed RL, but Dibben up for this. High towards the ceiling. Another touch is available for him with the flip reset. Can't utilize it to its maximum effect. So K in the back line sends it wide. Another follow-up touch as well. Booms it long. And Kirby sends it onto the backboard. It's easy for K, but Lilman gets it away. Charles Gamer started one more attack. Can he reach the ball? He cannot. Cutthroat gets it clear. And Lil Monk, one more chance to the backboard. Will it drop to the ground? It won't. Still up in the corner. Double commit out of the side of the Hornets. And Washed RL from 2-0 down in the series find themselves on match points.
Match point for Washed RL, and the Hornets putting an attack in towards the end of the game, but it was too little too late. Washed RL has flipped a switch. Something happened between those first 2 games and these last 3. I don't know if this is a different team, if that was their B squad that was in, but now they are just kicking it and winning 3 in a row. Can they make it for a near reverse sweep if they bring these next 4 or this 4th match here? But Washed RL, great on offense, fixing things on defense and looking phenomenal.
Well, there just seems to be some sort of flow that is going through them, just smooth as you like, going one end to the other, making good saves and really good shots that the Hornets aren't seeing coming. And when they don't see it coming, the finishing again from Washed RL has been absolutely perfect. No mistakes on that front being made, but now a huge response will have to come out of the Hornets, who, as we know last time, did lose out to Washed RL. They are going to be seeking revenge. Good, can they find it and bring us to a Game 7? This Game 6 will tell us how.
No kickoff goals in this one. We've seen it. We've seen a lot of kickoff action so far this series. I think that whoever strikes first may come out on top in this one. Is it going to be the Hornets and Monk? Kirby getting the demo. Can anything happen here? No attacking front. But the ball is centered, and the Hornets got to get their shot count up as they do center it there, but Kirby normally punches those through, but that one does not fall.
Once again, not clinical enough when he needs to be. Almost has to be surgical with that ball to ensure the accuracy that was really setting them apart from this Washed RL side at the very beginning of the series. That ball right across the net, K making a vital touch to take it away from the diving Kirby towards that ball, who couldn't quite get the touch that they were just begging for. They're getting on their knees now, wanting and praying for a goal to go in their favor.
The Hornets have so many opportunities so far, and that brilliant dribble from Dibbin. Watch this replay here. He kicks it over one, and he's coming down just over Kirby. Says, boop. Soft little touch to splash that one through the net. The finger roll of sorts, and the Washed RL up early. 1 goal lead.
Got to give credit to Cutthroat as well. Played a huge part in that goal, hunting Kirby as the last player who is always in that spot. But when you have someone hunting you down like just a pack of dogs going for you, there's not really much you can do but almost admit defeat unless you are the most agile player in history. A literal, just a roadrunner, a footballer. Just, by the way, an English footballer. Who cares about American football? Come on,
it's
not
games
soccer.
And we're going to bring this up now. We're in the heat of the battle, and you're bringing up this debate.
Hey, look, all right. Agility is agility. Both sports have it, and so do these players on the pitch. All right, they just need to bring their A game to give a chance to their teams. But K versus Child's Gamer, and K comes out on top. Only for the time being. Cutthroat this time on the near post will be the one to get the save.
Soccer, football, Rocket League, whatever you want to call this, the objective is the same. Put the goals through the net, and Washed RL has been doing that over the last 3 games. Hornets presented with so many opportunities, but unable to finish, and that's also a credit to just this Washed RL defense, but as well as the Hornets just missing a couple open shots. Let's see who is going to finish better over the next couple as Kirby with the shot there, but the save from K. The rebound, can he get the redirect? Kirby just out of position, just a few inches outside the post, could not punch that in.
Just shows how important it is. Spacing on the field, millimeters in the way of the side of the Hornets, getting a goal back in the faces of Washed RL, who are focusing more on defense than they are to try and get an extra bit of padding beneath their seat and in front of the force that is known as the Hornets. But that's lovely from Dibbin, taking a pass too and putting it in all by himself.
Dibbin with his 2nd goal of this game. And that, again, sneaking it past 2 defenders. We saw it on the last one with an air dribble. We see it on the wall run this time around. Dibbin putting Washed RL up 2-0 with 1:30 left. Could be 90 seconds left in this series. Washed RL hoping to clinch it here.
They look like they are right on track. They followed their sat-nav. Finally got the correct guidance to their location of being champions of Arkansas. But Child's Gamer wants to try and cut that lead in half, and late on they need something to go their way as time is starting to be another factor against them. Kirby up there gets the demo, seeking some sort of aggression now on the pitch. They're getting physical and in the face of Washed RL. This is a late change in style once again from the Hornets in a slight attempt of desperation for a goal.
47 seconds for the Hornets to punch 2 in. That demo's sure not gonna help as K taking out a Hornet. And now here we do have a counterattack. We have 2 players, but it's a 2-on-3. The defense for Wash RL able to drop back. Kirby trying to center it. Oh no, Child's Gamer going up for it, but getting bumped out of the way. That's gonna be 30 seconds left in this series, quite possibly, unless the Hornets can make something happen there. But instead, who else but Divin to put this series on ice, clutching that hat trick.
Oh, as soon as things get hot and heavy, who comes on through with the ice? It is Dibben. 3 shots to his name, 3 goals to his name, right in the second that Washed RL needed a hero. Who steps up other than Dibben? K carried them through the 2 series comeback, but as soon as it needed someone else to take the reins, Dibben said, thank you very much, I'll walk us to the end, and that is gonna be GG's. Ladies and gentlemen, your Arkansas champions will be Washed RL.
The number 1 seed, Washed RL, out of Cabot High School. Not going to be getting a shutout in this game, but one going through for the Hornets. Just a consolation goal, but taking this series by the score of 4-2. We are going to crown Washed RL your Arkansas State champions.
What a comeback that was. Game 3 just flipped the switch, didn't it? That was when things really started to go so well for Washed RL. The comeback was just ridiculous. And as soon as the first one came on through, and as soon as the very last game was over, you just saw the click of the fingers and the I am inevitable line put out on the pitch. What a performance that is from Washed RL.
Washed RL winning this last best of 7 4-2 to be your Arkansas Activities Association state champions, but also qualifying to move on to the next step in the PlayVS Cup, where the champions from all across the country and each state's representative will be facing off in a national tournament. Swaces, it's been an absolute pleasure casting here, and for everyone that tuned in to this PlayVS cast, we appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for those who tuned in. Congratulations to Washed RL. And until next time, we will see you on the flip side.